Merry Christmas. Right, so obviously as you can see, it's that time of year again where we get into throw ourselves into the campfire, get ourselves in crippling debt, and then bask in the unfortunate comfort of loved ones. So without further ado, let's knock it right out the park with another Christmas miracle. We talk about, we'll do a little story reading. A fairy tale known as A Die Hard Christmas. Now, start sitting comfortably, because if you're not,
I'll hurt you.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and up in the tower everyone was partying except for one wallflower. John McClane missed his wife. Things weren't the same since Holly moved west and changed her last name. He tried to win her back, but still she said no, while unbeknownst to them there was trouble below. A truck had pulled up, and who should not disembark but 14 men whose intentions were dark. They spoke not a word and unloaded her big crates. They cut the phone lines and locked all the gates. Carl swept the ground floor, shooting every guard dead, whilst visions of bearer bonds danced in his head. John took off his shoes, making fists with his toes. It actually worked, well, what do you know? When out in the lobby, there across such a clatter, he sprung to the door to see what was the matter. His eyes should appear. Holy crap, the terrorists are here! John hid under the table where no one could see. He watched Hans question Mr. Takagi. I'm going to count to 3. There will not be a 4. Give me the codes to open the door. I don't know any codes, so go ahead and shoot. Okay, Hans Gruber said, once ruined Mr. Takagi's suit. John tried to call the cops by pulling an alarm, but instead called the bad guys who tried to cause him harm. But John killed Tony, who had very small feet, and sent him to the terrorists as a Yuletide treat. He put a Santa hat on the German, and all eyes aglow, wrote, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." Carl was furious. Tony was his brother. He chased John across the rooftop, and they shot at each other. John was able to escape through the ventilation shafts. "Come out to the coast," he said. "We'll have a few laughs." At Nakatomi Tower, Sergeant Powell appeared. He checked the whole lobby. He saw nothing weird. He was pulling away, but he didn't get far before Marco landed on the hood of his car. Powell drove away backwards, screaming in fright. "Welcome to the party, pal!" John yelled in delight. More police arrived, the FBI and a SWAT team, but Hans didn't mind. It was all part of his scheme. More rapid than eagles, his henchmen they came. He radioed and shouted and called them by name. Now Eddie, now James, now Franco, now Yuli. On Fritz and on Karl, hair long and unruly. They shot at the SWAT tank with a surface-to-air missile, and it knocked it away, like the down of a thistle. Now John McClane was angry indeed. He blew up 2 terrorists and called them jerkweeds. Ellis told Hans, "Bubby, I'm your white knight." Hans shot him dead, giving the hostages a fright. Hans went to check the explosives fuse and saw that poor John wasn't wearing any shoes. John fled from Carl and Hans, but alas, he had run barefoot over sharp broken glass. His feet now hurt, his soles also bloody. John crawled to the bathroom and called his good buddy. John was weary and ready to throw in the towel until he got a pep talk from Sergeant Al Powell. Powell was chubby and plump and a right jolly old cop, and he trusted the cowboy in the tattered tank top. Can I help you? Get out. With life, and revealed that Holly was actually John's wife. Hans quickly flipped over the gold picture frame. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. McClane." His clothes all tarnished with ashes and soot. John staggered to the roof, bloodied and barefoot. The explosives were wired to the rooftop with care, in hopes that the hostages would be there. John warned everyone the roof would soon blow as the chopper strafed from him with high-powered ammo. Around his waist he tied a fire hose tight and, screaming an oath, and jumped into the night. He dangled in the air and gritted his teeth while flames encircled the tower like a wreath. Fiercely fighting his way back inside, John yelled out, "Hans!" He was done trying to hide. He limped out to the vault like an old man on crutches, only to find Holly in his filthy clutches. John dropped his gun and put his hands to his head. It seemed he and Holly would soon be dead. But with a secret gun taped to his back, John shot Hans in a surprise attack. Hans fell out the window, still holding Holly's arm, and slowly, deliberately raised his firearm. The tenacious villain held on by his nails, till John unhooked Holly's watch, and he said, "Happy trails!" The barabons fluttered like fresh fallen snow, as Holly embraced her blood-splattered bow. So Merry Christmas to all, be kind to one another, and most of all, yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. So that was a Die Hard Christmas. I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas and a very Merry New Year. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be up to date on everything that I put up on this channel. Also, don't forget to go in the description down below. You guys can find me on my social medias, on my Instagram, Facebook page, TikTok, and my Twitter page as well. All will be in the description down below. If you miss my Twitch streams, do not worry, because I upload the videos soon the next day when I finish live streaming. Without further ado, have a Merry Christmas.